YouTube, Smooth the Trucker. How's it going, you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing blessed. This video I'm going to be making today is about how I make $110,000 per year as a company truck driver. First and foremost, this video isn't to brag. It's not to, it's actually to encourage you guys to figure out what's the best companies to be working for that are going to be treating you right, paying you right, and ultimately being as financially successful and happy as possible. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First and foremost, you want to be with a company that you got to have a certain amount of experience. Your boy Smooth, I've been trucking for the last 6 years now, have my CDL Class A license for 6 years, and you got to gain experience. My first year trucking, I was with some lower paying companies, wasn't making close to $100,000 per year. And it wasn't really until I joined FedEx Ground I was making close to that. And now that your boy Smooth is with a good experienced local company, finally broke through the $100,000 per year threshold. So you got to be willing to work your way up the trucking ladder, gain experience. When I first joined this company, I worked for a heavy construction equipment company. We're not hiring right now, but the point is that there's tons of these companies out in Southern California that are similar to the company I work for. High experienced work. So the company I work for only hires drivers with over 2 years experience. And then you also got to be trained on how to operate all this heavy machinery equipment. So the first 3-4 months, all I was doing is learning how to operate heavy machinery. You got to be willing to put in the overtime every single week. Your boy Smooth, I've been working 55 hours plus every single week. And the overtime laws, that's how you're going to be making over 6 figures per year, is you got to utilize the overtime laws. That's one of the good things about Southern California, is that we do have good overtime laws. So everything over 8 hours or over 40 hours per week is all overtime. So it's all, close to $50 per hour overtime. You got to be raking that in. You got to be maximizing that and getting overtime every single week if you want to be making over 100 grand a year as a company truck driver. You got to be willing to put in the last load. There's days where I'm driving, I have like a 9-hour shift, I get back to the yard, I think to myself, do I want to go home, work 9-hour shift? Every single day I force myself to call the dispatcher up, say, hey man, I just got back to the yard, I got another 3 hours left on my clock, because legally you can work up to 12 hours per day, 60 hours per week. So I always am the one to call the dispatcher up, say, hey man, you need anything else to be picked up? I'll go pick it up right now, bring it back to the yard. I want to be raking in that overtime. That's the reason why I'm going to go ahead and pull up my paychecks right now so you can believe me. For the last 6 months, these are the last paychecks that I've been getting. You can see consistently I've been making a little over 2 grand per week gross pay at my position. So you got to be willing to put in the overtime. It all goes back to that. You got to be willing to work hard and, be a good company driver. Company I'm working for, and the point is this, there's tons of these companies. You want to be with a company that has those overtime laws, and you got to be making over $30 per hour to make this happen. And you got to be willing to put in 55 hours plus per week, per work week, every single week. It sounds like a lot, but local company driving, it's really not that bad because you get really good benefits. I get all paid off vacations. I get 3 weeks of paid time off per year, full benefits, medical, dental, vision, 401k, company match benefits. So it's really not that bad considering all those things you also get with making, over 100 grand per year on top of that. So good family lifestyle, getting all those days off. I get all weekends off, all Monday through Friday work, and the point is that there's tons of these companies out here. You got to be willing to work for one, and you have to be the type of driver. It just all goes back to putting in the overtime, calling up your dispatcher, making sure you get that last load. Force yourself to get as close to 12-hour shift every single shift. If you work with a good, busy company, it's very possible to make this happen, So you can see over $2,000 per week multiplied by 52, that's $104,000 per year. My main source of income I'm making from my position. And you might be asking, Smooth, this video is about 110K per year. Why is it 104? Well, that's not the only source of income I'm making. Those of you who don't know, I've also been a lifeguard, San Clemente State Beach. This is going on my 10th year lifeguarding at the beach. Making on average an extra $4,000 per year lifeguarding San Clemente State Beach. I'll put in shifts almost every other week, pick up a shift here and there. So an extra 15, 20 shifts per year averages out to about an extra $4,000 I'm making as a lifeguard, San Clemente State Beach. Main reason that I keep this job around is, for those of you who don't know, my father was a lifeguard for over 10 years. He got me into surfing. He made me into a total beach guy. So I keep this job around for him, mostly in honor of him. He passed away in a car accident, unfortunately, about 4 years ago. My last source of income, though, that I have is my business. And this is actually something I'm very excited about. I've made videos about this in the past, you guys. Want to give you an update on my business. My business, Raise Thriving Teens Self-Publishing Books on Amazon, KDP, and Audible. So making audiobooks as well. I've gotten this business up where I have 2 full-length books released on Amazon right now, gaining more reviews, and these books are becoming more and more profitable. On average for this month, I'm close to be making about $200 per month extra income from these books this month. And just last month, I was only making $100 per month. So I'm scaling this business very fast. I'm making it as profitable as fast as possible. My goal with this business, one of the most rewarding things is I'm getting tons of messages from parents, from moms and teens alike saying, Smooth, I'm so glad that you made these videos. It's helping my kids out tremendously. My books are on skyrocketing self-confidence for teens and overcoming social anxiety for teens. Helping these kids out tremendously, and they're going up in value like crazy. Like I said, last month I was only making $100. This month I'm making $200 per month. The goal is, another month from now making $500. I'm hoping by the next 1.5 to 2 years be making an extra $20,000 to $30,000 per year with this business. Unfortunately, you guys know, especially if you're living in Southern California or an expensive area, the government is making it harder and harder and harder to become financially successful nowadays. So the only way you're able to shift that and to make yourself successful is you got to be working crazier than the government is working in a negative, crazy way, downward trajectory, to beat the inflation, keep saving up more money, buy that house, and ultimately just start a business. You have to have a side business nowadays. 10, 15 years ago, $100,000 a year could easily support a family, raise them in Southern California. Fortunately, we're living in a world now where that number has gotten up to close to $200,000 per year now. So your boy Smooth, I know I'll be there in about a year from now with this business, making an extra, if I could be making $120,000 a year at this job, plus an extra 20, 30, maybe even 40 or $50,000 per year with my business by next year, I know I'll be in that position. So you always got to have a game plan. You always got to have a strategy, and you always got to be motivated and driven to be as successful as possible. I've made a conscious decision that this is the person that I want to be. I don't care about working overtime. Overtime, it actually makes me happy. Ever since I started trucking, I had to thank trucking for this. It's turned me into a person where if I'm not working overtime every single week, I start to feel like it's almost part of my identity at this point. And I truly believe that men were put on this planet to work hard. It's only the men that aren't working hard that get into trouble. They start developing, bad habits, bad toxic habits, getting into drugs, alcohol, excessive porn use. You want to be busy and you want to be preoccupying your mind as much as possible and working overtime at a job that you love and you enjoy and gives you self-satisfaction is one of the best ways to possibly do that. So your boy Smooth, working for a great company. If I recommend to you guys, go to a good, strong local company paying over $30 per hour, over 55 hours per week. Get that overtime in. You'll be making $100,000 plus per year if you do that. So hope this video was inspiring. I always want to help you guys to become as successfully, motivated as possible and to just achieve your dreams and to become that man that you always wished you could be. Everyone's living a life, and I feel like bad habits will prevent you from being the man that you're capable of being. But if you can get those out of your head and work hard, start that second side hustle business, and ultimately become as successful as possible, that's going to make you more confident, and it's going to turn you into the man that you're all created to be. So keep up that grind, keep up the hustle, put in the hard work, stay fit, stay active. Your boy Smoove, always trying to work out, stay fit. Healthy mind is a healthy body, and ultimately will contribute to financial success and every other area of building yourself as a man and becoming as strong as possible. So healthy mind, healthy body, healthy all lifestyles, all situations around your life. So hope this video was helpful. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a thumbs up if it was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next video, Smoove the Trucker out for now. You.